Hey you guys, Steve Whipple. That's me for WHIPFIT. Happy Saturday night. I'm still a little under the weather, and the weather outside here in Maui is actually frightful. It's chilly, hence the shirt. So, hey, I have them. Um, Tonight's vlog entry, YouTube commentary, whatever you want to call it, is about something that I have talked about before, and I'm going to talk about it again because I still get questions about it, and I'm about to start doing it myself again. It's called intermittent fasting, which means not regular or random. So what is it? It is a way of eating. It's not a diet, because diets usually don't work. Usually when you cut off something that you normally want to have or enjoy, it eventually comes back if you don't change the habit behind it, the reason behind it. So let me tell you, pre-wedding, wedding, honeymoon, post-honeymoon has equaled ice cream heaven. So I'm going to intermittent fasting because I want to lose like 5 pounds or whatever. And I guess I'm starting it today. So what it is, it's a system where you have 24 hours, and there is 8 hours where you consume food, 8 hours where you sleep, ideally, and then 8 hours where you fast. Okay? So what that is 24 hours. And you can stack it any way that you want. There's so much information on this. Research it for yourself for sure. But you can build this any way you want, but try to keep it blocks of 8 hours, okay? So for maximum, kind of like, what do you want to say? Maximum results, if you will, stack your fast right next to your sleep. That way, instead of just 8 hours of fasting, you're kind of getting 16. So, back them up next to each other. I have a little study here on my phone that I wanted to read to you because I think it's really interesting, and it goes right along with this. So, breakfast in the morning. This is when I do my fast. I wake up and I am not going to have breakfast. I'm going to fast. So I sleep, I get up and fast until mid-afternoon, and then I have my food consumption, and then I sleep, and then I fast. So this is interesting because we're doing ourselves a disservice with breakfast. So, contrary to popular belief, recent research concludes that eating breakfast does not help you lose weight. Other recent research also found that eating breakfast does not improve your metabolism. Instead, it was linked to a greater overall dietary energy intake. So it actually compounds and you're taking more on. Omitting breakfast as part of intermittent fasting can have a number of important health benefits, from improving insulin sensitivity to helping your body shift into fat burning instead of only sugar burning primary fuel. So that's my point. You want to retrain your body to work more effectively. I do not think breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As soon as you go from your sleeping state and you wake up and you eat something, all of that kind of fat burning that you've been getting to is done. And now you're starting to consume. So you've just stopped it. And usually 1 night's sleep of 8 hours, if we get that, is not enough to keep fat burning going. It's not. You'll get through what you took in for the day and your sugar, but you don't get to fat burning. So my fast, yes. So I get up in the morning and you can have green tea, hot or cold. You can have black coffee, hot or cold, and you can have water. My little tip with that is, if you have some of that, it helps to kind of fill you up a little bit, and it gives you a sensation of not being hungry. So then, if possible, I try to get my workout in right before I'm about to start eating. So I get my workout in, and then I can eat. And in that time, you want to eat your calories. So this is not a way to cancel out the food intake. You're just putting it on a different schedule, okay? So you still need to eat all the calories that you need to have to make yourself healthy, and your vitamins, your minerals, your nutrients. You need all of that still. You just put it in this 8 hours. And then you sleep. So it goes right up to your sleep. And then throughout your sleeping, you're going to process what you just had, You'll get through kind of like the sugar, if you will, and then you'll get to fat burning. So that's the goal, right? That's the goal. If you are just noticing that you go to the gym and you work out, you do your CrossFit, you do your spin, you do your, I don't even know what else, any of your classes, your workouts. You're doing everything right at the gym and you're not getting results, so that means it is something that you are doing at home, and usually it means consumption, either, you know, alcohol or food. Alcohol has tons of sugar, so if you are talking about trying to burn through your sugar to then get to your fat, drinks have a lot of sugar in them. You're never going to get to it. You'll just burn your drinks if you're lucky. Drink lots of water. So that is what I do, and it always works. It absolutely always works. If anything, the thing that I fall into is then not eating enough in my 8-hour window, because I've actually trained myself to not be hungry. So let me talk about that for a second too, because that's where you or I or one will fail mentally before you ever fail truly physically. So your brain is going to tell you, one, you cannot do this. Forget fasting. I eat. That's what I do. So your brain is already setting you up for failure. This is how I do it. If you look at hunger when it pops up, and it will, if you look at that as a side effect of what you're doing, in some respect, it's kind of a result. You're kind of getting a result. Stick to your resolve of what you're trying to do, and just when that comes into your mind of you're hungry, be like, am I really hungry? Sure, you will be, because you're retraining your entire body, but is it manageable? Now, if it is not manageable and you want to like harm someone or yourself or drive your car through a plate glass window, plate glass window, plate glass mirror, plate glass window, yeah. If you want to do any of those things, you should probably eat. But if you're just like, oh man, I'm really hungry, just push that hunger aside, get to your consumption window, and just know that those are results. You know, those are symptoms of what you're doing. So that's kind of a good thing, if you want to look at it that way. So you will hunger fail before you actually, you will mentally hunger fail before you actually have hunger failure, if that makes any sense. So why is this the way that it is, and why did it ever change? So if you go back in the day, caveman and the such, when they got up, they had to get up and they had to go hunt for whatever they were going to eat. Hunt or gather it. Then they would catch it, gather it up, they would do all the preparation they needed to do to then later eat it during the day, and then nighttime would fall and you were not going to go out and hunt at night. You didn't do that because there was like no light and stuff. So, and there was no refrigeration. So all that stuff that you just caught, if you did not eat it, it was going to go bad. And then you slept, and then when the sun came up, you did it again. That's a really great, successful clock system for your body to utilize everything fully. I really think that breakfast came in, and breakfast is a huge business. So I think the minute that breakfast came in, and yeah, when you're kids and, you know, teenagers even, whatever, and you're growing, give your body some fuel to get you through your day, you know? But we've been sold breakfast in a really big way. So skip your breakfast. See what happens. I expected the results to be that I was hangry, hunger and angry, and that I was weak. I found those things not to be true. Once I managed my hunger, I found myself more focused, I had more energy. It just made me feel lighter and cleaner. And the final thing, because I wanted to keep this under 10 minutes and I'm at 9:16. The final thing is, I just got so tired of making food, consuming food, and going to the bathroom, and buying more food, and going to the bathroom. And so with this, you're completely utilizing all your food. So not to be blunt, but your bathroom time goes down significantly because you're kind of using all of that. Your body is fully processing it. And it's not just stacking things on top of it that it's trying to push through its digestive tract and never getting to it. So I like to think of it that way. Like if you fill yourself up with like, you know, breakfast, snacks, coffee, frappuccinos, snacks, lunch, in between lunch, donuts, pizza for lunch, and then after dinner drinks and you know, some appetizers and things like that, and then dinner, maybe some wine, and then ice cream. Your body is stacked up to here with all that, and it is trying to push itself all the way, literally out of your system, and it doesn't even have a chance to do it. That's what intermittent fasting does. It kind of clears the slate, and you have a brand new clean slate to work with because it's allowing all that stuff to finally be pushed out. Otherwise, you go to bed, all that sitting there, you'll work your way maybe like here, but you still have all of this, and here comes the next day. So you're not processing all your food. You're just not. So that's why you're never getting to fat burning. So give it a shot. Please write your questions and comments. I try to answer the questions, especially about this stuff, as best as I can. And it's only my experience. I'm at 11 minutes. Dang it. So do it. I hope you're successful.